And we're live, folks. Jack Wings here, playing Ark Survival Evolved with Sorcerer Von Croy, who has started his own solo playthrough. How's that going for you, Source?
It's going okay. It's uphill, downhill. It's fun.
Right on. How did you manage to get your creatures? Did you download them? How do you download them, and how did that work out?
Well, you pretty much upload them like yourself into an obelisk,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to any obelisk on the arc that you happen to be on, and pretty much just like downloading something that you save to a cloud type service.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much just download yourself from the cloud.
Right on. So you downloaded yourself and your dinos. That's cool.
Well, pretty much the dinos, because even though I use the same name, it's an entirely different character that's over there
Oh, you
as
started a
far as
new
my
character.
main character goes. But if I wanted to or needed to, I could actually transfer my self from your server over to that server.
Oh, okay. So you could keep your levels if you wanted to or
If
needed
I
to.
want.
Twitch, I just told Source Bon off stream that I put meat in all the feeding troughs, so telling you now. There's meat in the feeding troughs. Wow, it got eaten up quite a bit. It got eaten out of that one.
Yep, they were probably hungry.
Yep. Seconds, minutes, hours. Our wyvern eggs are gonna spoil if we don't hatch them in like a
Oh,
day
they
or
are?
two. Yeah, in like a
Um,
day or two. Are you willing to put up with that rigmarole, or should we let them spoil?
well, how long, how far do we?
I think we got one of them's got 7 hours. The ice one has 7, and then the magmasaur egg has a day, and so does the poison wyvern that was mine has a day.
Then my ice would be about to go if, yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
there's uh, an unfortunate no choice.
yeah.
Because I don't want him to spoil.
We better go get some milk, or they start with food in them, don't they?
Uh, a little bit, but not too much. But we
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, and then we should go get some milk, I guess.
yeah.
Come on, Mark. Oh, it's nighttime. Bad time to go milk hunting. Gonna park Mark on the roof so I can get more air when I leave with him.
Yeah.
Um, just pet these little guys. When you pet them, they give your creatures an XP bonus. Nice. One of our T-Rexes killed a what's it called? Aggro bird.
Excellent. Always good when they take out one of those little stupid shits.
Yes.
Because you gotta hate, you're just walking along, minding your own business.
I wonder why Nate's naked. All his armor's all destroyed. Oof.
Oh, its armor's destroyed?
Yeah. I wonder what happened. Or what he tried to do that got his armor destroyed.
Let's see, here's Lex. Armor 25 on his saddle. So that would be the techie one over here from the looks of it.
Yeah, it must have been Cobalt because Lex didn't move an inch.
His saddle's really damaged or something, right? Oh, Dodo. Let's see, XP, health, armor. Well, the armor for the saddle is at full at 25. Good evening, Fluffy Chuppy. How you doing? Cobalt and Lex. They're kind of our security guards.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I wonder for the...
Wonder if we have a teleporter near the ice. No, it's so close we could just go to the ice cavern without... Excuse me. What were you saying?
Yeah, that's extremely close. Okay. Yeah, the spoil timer on those three is like real close. And then there's a little bit of time on our two T-Rexes for our T-Rex thing.
Yeah, the T-Rexes should be easier to raise, though, than the Wyverns.
Yeah, much easier as far as that, but as far as the Wyverns, they're the ones that it's like every 2 hours you have to exchange the salt, every 4 hours you have to milk one, sort of thing. Or at least that's how it seemed when I was doing it that one day and whatnot. Or it's like every 2 hours. So we need to make sure we've got plenty of salt going.
I wonder what happened to Caretaker. I'm not finding that.
Caretaker, Nate took Caretaker to his island of
Solitude.
He put his thing up there or whatever that he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He took Caretaker out there for doing his mating that he was doing out there, but I don't even know if he's logged in at all to do anything of that sort.
Well, we can always use Mang to,
Still naked.
or Mark or Cork
Yeah, I
to
think we had Corp do it before when we didn't have caretaker at the time.
we got plenty of sulfur for the Magmasar, so that one should be an
So
easy one.
May or the other one should do nicely.
Yeah.
We just need to start putting food in. There's some raw meat there. Okay, then there's fish. That. Oh yeah, we still got plenty of steaks here, so we'll add some steaks. Cooked. Did I just hurt myself on something?
I
Looked
don't
like I
know.
just hurt myself on something. Because it like gave a quick little red indicator as I was closing the fridge and turned around. It's like weird. Was like one of those damage markers that you get on certain games.
Right.
That says you got hurt from the left or the right or something like that.
Where is that? Oh, it's through there. Yep. I got enough trank darts. I'm just doing it the hard way. Why am I doing it the hard way? Why don't I go back and get
The net.
the net launcher?
Yep, still Tinto. 2, 3. Looks like today is going to be an odd long haul.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ark, well, it's not your fault. It's the natural progression of things, and we waited as long as we possibly could. I was hoping to wait until like Friday when I was going to have my drink day. But hey, you know, someone told me the other day that it was supposed to be like today, but I didn't believe myself.
Oh.
But I'm also trying to behave and do the responsible thing. And I'll have like a drink day a week instead of every single day.
Yeah. That is more responsible for sure.
Okay, got some meat and some berries on cork. And no, one of the places, one of these boxes somewhere has a lot of because we will need, there we go. Need this for the Magmasar.
Sulfur, yep.
I'm not exactly sure how many. But,
Just a bunch. Just put a bunch in Quark.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 pieces should definitely. Accidentally, yep, I did. Okay, so Cork's got plenty of food types on board.
Good.
And ready for the first milks when you return with that.
Okay. As soon as I find a female wyvern.
Hopefully you're able to find one and
Relatively
then you have to
quickly,
let me
yeah.
know where that is.
That's
so
a
I know where
male.
to find
I'm in the ice cavern because I'm dealing with a male. Oh boy.
He probably started freezing you. Cedric. Awesome L. Okay.
That I missed.
There's a T-Rex.
Shit, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Come on, Mark. Let's get the hell out of here. Magma Xar. Oh, I'm being ice cubed.
Oh, ice cubed is not good. Warp speed, Mr. Sulu.
Warp speed is right. And my tame is afraid.
Oh, if the tame's afraid, then that's definitely a scary thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think that's what that means, anyways.
Yeah, get off the building. Over here. Okay. Okay, what's that? Is that an aggro bird?
That's the male.
Where'd it go?
That's a male.
Yo, aggro bird.
Where the hell are the females? That's a female. Okay.
Like vaporize? I think the
Starving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come here, female.
You want the reward to this aggro bird? They're Lex. Here, have the reward to that aggro bird. Oh, there goes that scary roar from up the hill.
Oh, yeah?
I just wonder what creature that is that they've got up there that does that roar like that.
Yeah, I'd like to know, too. I don't know if I want to meet it.
I don't think I would want to meet it either, to be honest. But then most of these creatures have roars on them that I think we would all be running for the door if we even heard it anywhere nearby.
Okay, I got the milk. It was in the back side. It was in the back part of the cavern.
The same area where she usually hides out.
Hmm.
She likes hiding out back there. It makes it difficult to get to her because it goes right up to that curve or whatnot.
Right.
If I recall correctly. And she like sometimes hides on the other side, and you kind of like have to sneak around there, look down that direction, and then she'll suddenly start coming at you. Because that's how I've experienced that sometimes.
Oh,
when I
yeah?
was doing that, she'd hide out down there, and I just fly down there. Eventually see her, and she'll come like around the corner. Stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, like this one was different because that allowed the corners when it came to the middle. So, yeah, I'm probably... That's about a decent distance that I could...
You can. I got the milk. You can start hatching the...
okay.
I'll hatch mine when I get there, the poison wyvern.
Yeah. Okay, so... let's see. Access inventory. If it would let me. Okay. Access inventory.
Okay, so 2 milks on Quark.
Hatch egg requires
1, 2.
100% ice male.
Enable nursing. Okay, Quark is nursing.
And that
The rest of the milk is... Well, we need some sulfur.
Mr. Frost. Accept.
Preserving salt.
Okay, then need these to get them upstairs. Inventory. Equipment. Wants care in 8 hours. Okay, so then we've got the magma silver. And this is bale. The what would I name bale? Access inventory. Blaze.
Blaze. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to do it this way.
A lot cooler than
Hatch
Levi.
Egg.
There he is.
And then imprint. Accept. Inventory. Equip. It's unique to be able to freeze something so hot looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let's see.
and I'll start taking these upstairs.
Hatch. Imprint. Cobra. Wants care in 8 hours. Okay.
What is that right there? I think that's part of the machine downstairs. About here. Oh, not enough room in here. It won't
Oh,
let
for
me-
which one?
The magma sword.
Oh. Oops, sorry.
Not
Okay,
enough
let's
room
take
for
Quark
me there
outside.
either, so- Yep, we'll have to do it outside.
Hmm.
Sounds like a fight happening out here somewhere.
Come on, come closer to, come on, baby Cobra. You
Yeah,
can't.
if you have to, you can easily just carefully angle over like that.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Pick up baby Cobra.
Inventory. Pick up baby Blaze. Equip.
Maybe we don't need the milk on them yet.
Okay, that might be a little far, so. Is it okay if I move?
Yeah, go ahead and move them.
Should be close enough. Okay, pick up baby Mr. Frost.
Alright. I'll put Quark back in the, landing bay.
Oh, alright. Aggro bird. Aggro birds are going after our base for whatever reason.
Really? Huh. Let's kill some aggro birds.
Wonder if it's trying to go after Nate here in the corner. Boy, I put extra wall up there so that it would hopefully keep them protected and keep them from desiring to go after
Mm-hmm.
us.
Oh, there's an aggro bird in the. It's stuck in the building on
The second floor?
the second floor of the farm building. Got it.
The barn area.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so it was, oh wow, 3,255.
I must have gotten a headshot.
Yeah, that was a massive amount of damage to that thing.
Yeah.
Hello, Farrell. Welcome. We're attempting to raise a few newborns.
Oh yeah, we should probably move the milk into the preserving bin because it looks like they're
yeah.
not ready to eat it yet.
Oh, yeah, and salts.
I got salt in there.
Okay, did you put a stack in?
Yeah, I put a stack in,
Excellent.
and I put
Yeah, that'll
sulfur.
last us
I mean,
like
yeah, spark
near
powder.
9 hours, 8 hours, 57 minutes. So for the first two sections, I don't think we'll have a worry.
How many milk did we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll need
given
2
the
at a
fact that
time.
they're also higher level than that one that I had.
Mhm.
That very, very young one that I had. That was an ice one that was way too young. It like needed way too much too soon. And let's see, food. Oh wow, there's like
Almost 1,000 in them.
yeah, nearly
In the
1,000.
poison.
Almost 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
So if we just keep a close eye because it is going down like
There's 835 in your wyvern, Mr. Frost. In Mr. Frost, there's 835.
So if you calculate out what about 900 seconds is, that'll
900
give
seconds.
us an estimated timing of at least what yours will need.
Let's see.
Nice.
You like that?
Yeah, good choice.
900 divided by 60, 15 minutes.
Okay, so 15 minutes.
No, it's not. You can't be going down that fast. That seems wrong.
Yeah. So probably half an hour or so, maybe.
More, I would think. It's not going down 1 in a second. It's going like down a tenth of a second. So, like 9,000 seconds.
It seemed like it was
9,000 seconds divided by 60 is 150 minutes. Almost 2 hours.
Okay, so about 2 hours guesstimated.
Yeah. Guesstimate.
I think that's a good round number because normally when they would like have near 1,000, it would take nearly 4 hours.
Yeah. But they're growing. They're growing. So yeah.
Meat here.
Do we want how many? Do we want to hatch the we don't want to hatch the T-Rexes at the same time. We don't need to.
Yeah, those guys are a separate plan.
Okay.
And since Nate's already kind of doing the farm thing, and this is kind of likened to that idea, I was gonna see if Nate was interested in taking care of the hatching portion.
Yeah.
Hatching and raising for the.
Yeah, we got 5 and 6 days on those two.
Yeah. So I wanted to see if he was going to be interested in that to a certain extent, but at the same time, I could probably start doing that, but it would require. Well, he was saying I should build another platform like he's got out there. I don't know how much that material that would take for one.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then we'd have to pick one of our. I'd probably have to put pork out there on the island with them, sort of thing. But we could also do that here too. It probably doesn't necessarily have to be out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary.
I think that was just a choice that he chose to do for
Mm-hmm.
whatever sakes.
For whatever reason, yeah.
Yeah. So if anything, I'd probably do those guys here, but I do it during a time when we'd be able to have them all kind of like grouped together and then date each other, sort of thing. Because since
Right.
we got male and female right here, the way you get the uh, quote unquote mutations to happen is having brother and sister essentially.
Inbreeding, basically.
Yeah, so it's pretty much inbreeding in a way, and that's how you end up getting special benefits of increased health,
Mm.
stamina, so on and so forth. And there are really good chances that it will give you something like that, or increased levels, increased HP. But there's also the downside where it could just give you a simple color
Yeah. Yeah.
change and whatnot, and that's when it's like the kind of oof one that you kind of like toss aside, use for harvesting. Because after all, it's only a color mutation. What you're after the mutations of increased health, increased stamina, increased
Priest melee, whatever.
melee, and things like that. You're out
Yeah.
for their core stats that are going to make them good fighters
Mm-hmm.
in a boss fight. Because they're kind of the cannon fodder. While we're focused on the boss, they're focused on the minions. Because that's
Ah.
exactly what they'll go to. If you put them on aggressive in the
Mm-hmm.
battle arena, they'll go after anything that's right next to them that's aggressive. And they'll do it with zest. And while they're busy paying attention to the minions, we pay attention to the boss, and therefore hopefully have 20 T-Rexes kick ass against all the other stuff that we'd have to deal with.
Right. Right. Right.
And then hopefully, if they're all raised correctly and we've got enough mutations that have the power on our side, then they live, we all walk away with tons of whatever goodness that boss gives.
Goodies and prizes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, all the good prizes from finger.
Yep.
I remember when I was a kid and my grandma would be sitting there, she'd be doing her finger hut coupons and stuff like that to try and win the finger hut yearly contest that they would always do.
Well, I have to work again tomorrow, so it is a shorter stream for me tonight. Is there
Uh,
anything you want to get done tonight other than worrying
uh,
about babies?
that I know of. Was pretty much just going to be like the usual routines, taking care of fertilizer,
Hmm.
taking care of
That's a good idea.
feedings, things like that. So probably should check on Dung Beetle, see how he's doing, and grab some uh, new poop
Fertilizer. Yep.
if I can get around this tunnel. And get some new poop for the Dung Beetle. Oop, there's one. It's always good when the poop suddenly flows like walk behind a dino and it's like, well, nice to meet you too.
Right.
Especially since it's the main goal at the moment. It's actually to collect the poos.
Hmm.
And then here's Feral the Wolf. 193 in his levels. Super powered wolf indeed. Stats than the other version of Feral Wolf that we had on the other island.
I just took the fertilizer out,
All right.
putting it in the
Well, here's the
locker.
first two poos for now. More will make itself in here.
And then the oil goes in the raw resources locker. Right?
1420. Oh, nice, 1420. Excellent. Melee damage time.
My car's coming up on the milestone of 69,420.
Nice.
I'm gonna take a picture of it when it happens. The odometer.
Yep, it's one of the 420s.
Stick it on Reddit or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Someone will pay attention to that and be like, let's smoke to that.
Well, it's the two internet meme numbers, so yeah.
Yep, 69 and 420.
420. Yep.
Yep, we have a beetle. Yes, we have a beetle. Now, what we should do is if we had another beetle named Beetlejuice. And then the ghost with the most suddenly show up and be like, I ain't that stinky. That's my name, don't wear it out.
Right.
I'm also not that stinky. Well, you be the judge. Smell my breath. And this green fog comes out of his face.
Yep.
Be like, oh, good God. I love that movie.
That's a good movie, Beetlejuice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's funny.
Very funny.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Like yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen it myself too. One hell of an awesome Halloween comedy indeed. It's also a great movie to watch if you're in the needs of being cheered up.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
It definitely has that bouncy, let's cheer you up kind of vibe to it. So if you're ever slightly down and you need a good cheering up, the movie Beetlejuice, definitely recommended for that purpose. It'll put a smile on your face because you'll be laughing. Now what I need to do is I need to get some tech stuff on my other save that I'm doing, essentially. And I did manage to get a tech thing. I think it was a T-Rex, but I think there was also something else with it that I was fighting that was like a rarer stranger type thing.
Oh yeah, you killed. I saw you kill a couple of T-Rexes with your Griffin. Yeah. There was a tech and a meaty.
Yeah, it was a fleshy and a techie, and they were kind of fighting something, and I just did like I usually do and walked up and killed everything. It's like, okay, what's the best way to solve a fight? Kill them all.
Kill them all. Yes.
Let God sort them out. Such tiny poo for such a powerful creature.
What's that?
Oh, the feral wolf in here.
Oh.
Mini poo. I
Mini
usually
poo.
leave all poop alone, and I usually only give the. Oh, my character is in pain from something.
Uh-oh.
What
Is he hungry or thirsty?
I'm dying. What am I dying from?
You're not hungry or thirsty?
I don't think did I accidentally eat poo?
Oh no.
I don't think I did, but I'm not overly hungry and I'm not overly thirsty. It says my health is way low though.
Ooh, I think you ate some poo.
I don't know what I did. Normally supposed to save the eggs, but that is weird. What? I'm gonna end up having to watch my VOD to see exactly what I did. Oh, good morning, Farming Boy 19, and welcome.
Oh, that's Nick. I
Oh,
think.
that's Nick.
I think that's
Uh,
Nick. I think that's his new moniker.
well, it looks like it would be because he's got the um, what you call it, VIP tag.
Mm-hmm.
So he must have just changed his channel name, which
Yeah.
automatically updated his status. So welcome, Nick. Welcome to Farming Simulator circa 15 billion BC
Mhm.
or something of that effect.
Yeah.
Uh, this is our barn.
Ranch simulator.
Yep, it is kind of like a farming simulator for some aspects of Ark
Mm-hmm.
because it's more than just a survival game. It's you have to create a little society of
Of,
dinosaurs and start using their abilities much like farmers use horses or cattle or sheep or sheep dogs.
mm-hmm.
You know, all animals, but yet they're all providing a given service that that particular farm needs. You know, whether it's keeping an eye on the livestock or uh, so on. You know, but this is the barn that I built. If you haven't seen our new little thing we're doing here on the bigger aisle, this is one of the things that we're working on right now is feeding and taking care of our different livestock.
Mm-hmm.
Jack already put meats in the different troughs, and there's already a decent amount of veggies, but I think I'll add a little bit more into each of the troughs that need that. Plus, we also have an aquarium section.
Yes, I put meat in the aquarium section, Stroff as well.
You woke up after 5 hours of sleep, so you're getting ready for the start of your day, I think, aren't you, over there, that area of the world? Because it's like 12 a.m. where I am, so it's probably like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. where you are. And here's our aquarium section. I made sure to build as strong a fortress of protection that I could think of to build. Most people would typically just put down fence foundations and put up a single wall. But when you've got like single walls, that would pretty much be like these walls right here, only bigger and taller. And I wanted a little extra oomph that if something was going to break through the wall, it would have to break individual wall sections for one, and then it would have to break through solid pillars, literally preventing anything from being able to get in because they could break the outer wall, but then the things that are big enough to attack any of our sea teams would have to squeeze through these cracks or break through the pillars, allowing complete extra protection for sure. Now let's see. We've got three sharks, a dolphin. Here's the dolphin. And then we've got a real ugly fish over here somewhere. There it is, the angler fish. Oh, we also have a whale.
Oh,
And
yeah.
here's the angler fish. This is sight. But it's really cool. It lights it up this entire enclosure at night, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is
So
pretty
the
cool.
angler fish, I think Nate grabbed for other reasons, but its extra lighting effect is like really awesome. And then this here is Nate's Manamagar, which is kind of likened to a cross between a dragon and a tiger. I think more upon the Asian design of dragons in a way. At least that's how that seems. Kind of has a cross between a European wyvern and an Asian dragon. I always keep thinking of Spirited Away when I look at these guys, but at the same time, since it's got that kind of canine look to it, like a
Never-ending story, yeah.
kind of gives the never-ending story, which is why mine's named Falcor now, because Erebus was like, "Why don't you just name him Falcor?" I already know you want to, practically. So I was like, "Okay." Yeah. So I didn't mind doing that, but this is an actual wyvern right next to it to give you an idea of the difference between the two. But you can see the similarities and the differences. These guys fly much better when it comes to the wyvern. But the Manamagar, you're allowed 2 seats by default, which is awesome. But you can do similar on the wyvern. But how you do that is you have your rider pretty much just get on the back and then go completely prone, and then they just kind of like stay glued to the back so long as they don't move. You can look around, but you don't move left, right, or forward or backward, because if you do, it's like riding on a raft, and if you jump, you're in the water, sort of thing. So you protect yourself by just staying put while you're riding around on a wyvern with someone else, because you're not given the pleasure of a seat.
Okay, let's check on the animals. Yeah, yours is your Mr. Frost is in the 700s now.
700s?
I think.
Okay, it's been about that time that you originally said, which made you like do a double take of like
Yeah.
that 15 or so minutes. Yeah, I think it's right in the guesstimation of about 2 hours. Okay, wrong one. This one.
Yeah.
I wonder what was Mr. Frost's original name? Baby Blue.
Oh, I forget.
Because I was thinking if I named him that. Well, easy way is to look it up real quick.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
Mr. Frost's name in Mr. Zero, originally called Mr. Zero in the comics. Batman to Doctor addressed him as Dr. Art Schiffel. So, Art
Chill.
Art Schiffel, or just Art. That's the 60s Batman television series, but that's pretty much where Batman had his larger beginnings, definitely in the 60s. Into the 70s. After Ego, Victor Fries. Notable aliases: Mr. Zero, Dr. Art Schiffel, Crown Prince of Chiblades, King of Cold. So, Mr. Zero, Dr. Art, Chillblades. Chillblade. Trying to copy that. Copy. Mr. Freeze, Dr. Victor Fries, supervillain, American comic books.
Yeah,
DC.
Victor Freeze.
Yeah, Freeze or Fries.
Right, something like that.
And then, of course, there's the aliases that he's also known by in the series. But Sub-Zero, well, not Sub-Zero, because that's like an entirely
That's
different
Mortal
game.
Kombat, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an entirely different genre of whatever it is, too. Look back at your memories. Yes, OneDrive, you are always keen to tell me that I have an empty folder to look at. It's literally what I went to, is an empty folder. Look back at your memories for today, empty folder.
Lol.
Oh, lol, is right. Good one, OneDrive. Good one. That. Yeah. Here's listed as Mr. Frost.
In the movies in the 90s, he was Victor Freeze. Or
Yeah,
Froz.
yeah, yep, that I definitely remember. So it's like in differing locations. Body of missing mental health worker 61. Gerald. Okay, that's someone entirely different. How someone from IRL ends up being interconnected with that. And awful freeze puns from Batman and Robin. Freeze puns from Batman and Robin. The Iceman cometh. You're not sending me to the cooler, are you?
Oh. Oh.
Stay cool, bird boy. All right, everyone. Allow me to break the ice.
Oh, God.
Adam and Evil. That's a good one. Tonight, hell freezes over. Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming. Well, let's kick some ice. Pretty good. Okay. Oh, it's one of those things. Hey, friend, before you go, tell us your email so that we can spam you.
Right?
So. But Chillbane, I think I'm going to go with Chillbane. But Mr. Frost is still okay. Let's see, Baby Blaze.
I like Blaze. I think that was a cool name.
Yeah. But then I might stick with Mr. Frost. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with Mr. Frost. Because it was the first thing I thought of.
Right.
Because I'm like all over the place with the Batman series, because I've been around for a very large portion of it. It started way before I was born, but still. I've been in there throughout all of the different Frost Freeze, whatever, hierarchical or so on names that he's had. But at least with the newer stuff, they're explaining a little bit more with the lore behind him, because in the previous iterations or comics or whatnot, there wasn't enough lore behind him. He was just suddenly, boom, I'm Mr. Freeze, I'm here because of an accident, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's created by that guy. And of course, Batman it's the one who's blamed.
Yep. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Because I know the Joker definitely claims that Batman created him. He's like, if it wouldn't be for the Bat, I wouldn't even exist. So yeah, let's all give a real warm welcome to the Bat Boy himself. That do wonder who'll do anything to really piss me off. Sound like the Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Boy Wonder and his freaking bat. In other words, making Robin look bigger than Batman,
Mm-hmm.
which every time always made Batman kind of look like what? It's like he is the underling. Oh, we've got Tail in the way. Gonna have to move from Maywing because of the tail.
Oh.
There, that should do okay and still give plenty of room because I couldn't walk down the hallway. Because it's a unique thing that tails, for some reason, from the Maywing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're like on this floor, they create an invisible whatever. But it's like over here, since the Maywing is like literally the tail section is like right here where we never go.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I can't move because I'm blocked in by it.
Uh-oh.
But I found a way out. But it's like, see where the tail is and see where I was right down there. Right where you are right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
literally
that's
underneath
weird.
the tail physically. So it's like
If you
weird how
crouch,
that happens.
you can get through.
Yeah. So it'd be like if I back them up like that and put the tail like that, then that should make that area a little bit easier to go through. Yep, in fact, the tail is like right here. You can see the little bit of the glitch, but it's enough that you can get through there without a problem. In fact, we probably can make it more comfortable for this guy to be a little bit away from the tail. Yeah, can we still sneak by there? But we don't really need to go that side of the corner. Unless I move him over just a bit like so. Then that should offer enough room to go through without being stopped by the tail
Mm-hmm.
or by the moss jumps. Okay. Now there's free access to the walkway without running into the tail, but it's weird how the tails do that.
Yeah, it is weird. That is weird. Really weird.
Because it's like on the upside, you can jump over the tail and it like shoots you across it, but you're like super close to it,
Mm-hmm.
or close enough. At least it seems close enough when I jump over like that. So it's like for some reason the underside has that weird kind of thing going on. Very weird.
Yeah.
Their collision box is like below it instead of like right upon it somehow.
That's odd. Yeah, for sure.
But it's kind of like proof whenever people in the past on video games, they would have like different size heights or whatnot to the character. And even though the person would choose to be a very short character,
The hitbox was the same size. Yeah.
the hitbox was the same height as a standard character. So you'd literally be shooting above them in order to hit them in the head.
Weird.
You literally had to like literally deliberately miss hitting them. And if you aimed at where their head would be, you would essentially be hitting the torso
Body
or
shot,
the
yeah.
lower body, and you wouldn't be able to kill them because you weren't aiming for the head, and they'd be able to kill you faster, even though you think you're hitting the head, you're not.
Hmm.
And depending on the game, there are a lot of different shooter games that are like that, where you had that issue happen because the player kill box size was different than you would expect. You'd think it'd be the size of the character, but it was not. It was all to a standardized size, and you'd sometimes have to shoot literally what seemed completely against the rules
Uh-huh.
into thin air, and you'd still be hitting them, or you'd get that magic headshot. And that's one of the reasons why some first person shooter uh, players are so good, is because they know where the hitboxes are. They practice enough that they learn that even if the character size is different, the headshot is always in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just get used to visualizing where that invisible head is, boom, you've got a dead hit kill every time. And a lot of people are like, oh, they're hacking, they're cheating, they have to be. No, sometimes it's someone who just has that knowledge like that to
Mm-hmm.
know to either aim high or aim low, depending on the target type that you're aiming at. Because that hitbox, the kill box radius, has a given size to it. I know it always pissed me off because I was like, no, it shouldn't be like that. You know, if the character's smaller, the
Yeah.
hitbox should be smaller.
I mean, it should be, but it isn't.
Because it would still follow the same size, even if the character was designed to look shorter. The
Mm-hmm.
character actually was not shorter. Just the skin upon it was shorter.
Alright, I put a bunch of fertilizer. Anything with 100,000 or 11,000, I put fertilizer in.
Good. That's exactly how I would have done it too. You know, keeping it up above the 100K to ensure that we have to do those days or times when we're not able to log in.
Uh-huh.
It still maintains a given level, enough that we don't have to worry and fear that we're going to log in and suddenly have all of our crops dead.
Be gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be bad.
yep, I agree. It would definitely not be a good day at all for a farmer to suddenly walk out to their field and suddenly have absolutely no crops in it because some alien ship decided to come by and transplant everything to some strange planet somewhere else. Especially if that farmer's like spent their entire year's budget on that crop and they were dependent on that crop coming in, and then aliens come along and steal it. It really suck. But, so we woke up, said hi, and went back to bed. But given the design of this building and how the other building is oddly enough ending up in a similar kind of layout to this building that I have over in the other
Your
save,
single player?
single player, but it's on the same type server that I was running before for us.
Oh,
I
oh, I
just don't
know.
have
Yeah,
the
I know what
ports
you're talking
opened up
about.
for
Yeah.
people to be able to find it too easily. So people can't just suddenly barge in simply because it's not as visible because I don't have the ports forwarded for it to be visible. So it's essentially keeping my particular session more of a private session. So it's kind of like a solo type thing. So I have it set to similar rules as we're having over here, where it's PvE as well as single player rules.
Mm.
And I adjusted all of the server settings to a special tutorial that I found that essentially makes it a much fairer experience for single player as
Oh,
well as multiplayer because it's the settings are recommended for that type of server where it's like yourself or a small group, which is pretty much like how we're doing things now anyway.
right.
Single or small group and single player rule practically is like what's happening here. But it helps to give a faster paced kind of play experience so you're not like lagging way behind
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But when you have like the usual standard multiplayer, you kind of have everyone helping everyone, so that grind isn't so much of a grind, but it makes it an easier time when you are solo, when you don't have that army of extra assistants.
Mm-hmm.
Be under the single player rules.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're not getting any shared experience, so.
No shared experience, and at the same time, it's beyond the shared experience part because then there'd be people that would be doing the stuff
Tasks. Yeah.
that I need to do myself now because I essentially need to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I would have someone else that would be helping, so certain days I wouldn't have to worry about feeding all the animals or running around and collecting this or that or the other thing. It's like every day that I log in, I have to check what's what, where I'm at, and pretty much go do everything. So I don't have a group of people assisting, but I'm grateful for the knowledge from over here for sure because
Yeah.
the group knowledge bleeds over into the other and tells me exactly whatnot that I need to do over there
You get where you
by
want to
all the
go.
experience
Yeah.
I've learned here because I've got better knowledge of what I need to do and why I'm doing it. So it's actually helped me advance faster in many ways. Plus viewers who are like, hey, try this code or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so long as the code's not going to cause my game to explode.
Right. Oh, we don't have any gas in the chem bench.
Oh,
I
the
think
chem
I think
bench
somebody
that
left the
fuel.
chem bench on, probably.
Um, I don't remember the honest last time I've actually used it myself, to be honest.
No worries. I could have been me.
It could have been any of us, to be
Yep.
honest, because the chem bench, I've noticed the glitch that kind of happens with the chem bench, unlike other benches where you turn them on like that. That one kind of starts with the sound, but then you don't hear it.
Right. Right. It doesn't make any noise when it's running, so it's easy to forget about.
Yep, because you got the startup sound, but after that, you don't have any other sound happening with it until you go turn it off again. Then it'll make the quick turning off sound. But unlike, say, the fabricator, for example, you turn the fabricator on and it sounds like the generator, just noisier.
Yep.
So you know that it's still running when you walk away from it. But the chem bench, on the other hand, it doesn't give you that extra
Audio cues, yeah.
audio cue to know that you accidentally left it on. Because I worry about that myself, because every time I've used it, I always double check before I leave, or even after I do, I'll be like running around being like, did I turn that off? Because I know I just used it, and I would check,
Right.
and if like it says turn on, that means okay, I must have turned it off. Okay, now I think this food trough, yep, that food trough I put the veggies in. So it's the one in the barn proper that needs.
I didn't get any hydration for myself. I didn't get any water when I started, so I'm gonna get up and get some water. I'll be right back.
I probably should get myself a glass of soda. I think I'll do similar myself here. Get inside the main building. Now, with the way this is designed like this, yeah, I think I can work something like this if that's how I would have to do that in order to get it to work. Because I know on the one side, I would definitely need it to be out as far as possible. So I wouldn't want it right here, but out here might be big enough to allow my dino in and out through that door. Okay, go get myself a glass of soup.
I've returned. Ah, let's take a drink of that water. Oh, that tastes good when you're thirsty, huh? Water. Does anyways. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, it was done anyways.
Nice glass of soda.
Oh, you got yourself some soda? Nice.
Yep,
What kind?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, the dew.
Dentists hate it, but my taste buds love it. 'Cause I know I was talking to my dentist once, and they're like, "So, what's one of your favorite sodas?" I'm like, "Mountain Dew," and they're like, "Oh, that's the worst one." And I'm like, "Oh boy," but I love it.
Mm. I like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper is really good. I like Dr. Pepper too, because Dr. Pepper is kind of like uh, cream soda.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
kind of like it. It's similar in many respects, but it's a little different than the flavor of a cream soda.
Yeah, definitely.
Because cream soda is extremely, extremely sweet, whereas
Dr. Pepper is
Dr.
tart.
Pepper,
It's got a bite.
it has a bite to it, but it's a little bit sweeter than like your standard Dr. or your standard Pepsi or cola.
Hmm. I think it's cherry cola, basically, with a bite. I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree. But it's got a very nice bite to it.
Hmm.
Because if I was given a choice and someone was like, "Would you like Pepsi, Coke, or Dr. Pepper?" I'd be like, "Dr. Pepper."
Absolutely. Any day.
Hmm.
Spend a lot of time petting these little doggo guys, the dog things.
Yeah, because their buff only lasts like so long,
Mm.
so I spend a lot of time just running around the building, deliberately petting the little guys.
Hmm.
But it pays off. It gives our guys that are out in the open their quick little buff for so many minutes.
Hmm.
It'd be nicer if they definitely lasted longer for the buff. At least it's an available option. Because could you imagine controlling and maintaining uh, this many cryopods and like removing this many dinos every day
Right.
to check on levels and stuff? I think it would
It'd be
be,
ridiculous.
yeah. So I prefer kind of a mixed match between having cryopotted and out in the IRL kind of zone in the game.
I'm not fond of cryopods because I like to look at my dinosaurs.
Yeah, same. I like to experience their being around because, in my opinion, they're kind of like pets. They become part of the family, and if you've got them all cryopotted all the time, you don't get to interact with them
Right?
because they're like in a freezer. You know, like how many times do you like walk up to your refrigerator and go to pet your ham? It just doesn't happen.
Yep. I like how you put that. That was pretty good. Well, I think we have enough narcotic. Oh, I should better turn it off. Enough narcotics for a little while.
That's definitely good because that's even something in my single player that I'm starting to get into the potential capabilities of making enough that I
Hmm.
can sustain stuff. Right now, I've got like 12 narc arrows that were luckily given to me by the game itself, bit
Ooh.
by bit. So I'm like, I feel like a king with 12 narc arrows. Because I made a few, and the other half, yeah, half was given to me by the game, and the other half I made because I was actually given narc juice by one of
Oh.
the drones. Because it gave me like a little kit.
So you've got
So
a one of these, but you don't have a mortar and pestle yet.
I do have a mortar and pestle. Yes, I do have a mortar and
Okay.
pestle up in the corner next to my smithy, in between the cabinet or something like that in the smithy. It's like right in the corner of my
Just
little
haven't gotten
dorm room.
around to actually making it, I guess.
I haven't gotten around to actually physically producing the
Berries and
uh,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have the berries, and I do have the other thing, so I could actually start doing that if I wanted to. When I
Yeah.
log in next time, I'll have to make my own batches. Because the good thing about that is once you produce it, it
It
doesn't
doesn't
spoil.
spoil. Yep.
So it's like even though it comes from the berries and rotten veggies and meat, it doesn't spoil after you turn it into the narcotic.
Yep. That's the first thing I do every time I log on is I make.
Yep, kind of like me running around doing the fertilizer and the feeding and whatnot. But that's kind of like I was mentioning earlier, is since we've got a group, it's like each one of us can be doing our key core task like that. You're
Right.
like taking care of the narcotics, I'm taking care of making sure the animals are fed. Nate, I have no clue sometimes, but he's like on top of everything else that we haven't thought of yet. So
Yep.
he's definitely in there somewhere doing something.
Yeah,
Because
that's
heck,
for
he's
sure.
even out there in the middle of the ocean with platforms now, and
Yeah.
we're
He's
still on
he's
ground
out
level.
there for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Frost is at 571 food. Uh, Cobra is at 658.
So there's still time, pretty
Yep.
much like you said, probably about 2 or so hours.
Well, I just multiplied it by 10, the 900 by 10, because it was a tenth that was going down per second. So yeah, maybe a little longer. I mean, how long did we wait? How long did we wait after going live before we hatched them? Not long.
It wasn't that long at all after you went live because I think you went live and then we're like, these are going to spoil if we don't
Yep.
do something about them. And then we
Just
decided.
yep.
And right after that, you were out the door on your Maywing collecting milk.
That's for sure. So yeah, and I've been live for an hour, almost an hour and a half. So yeah,
And for me, it's an hour and 22 minutes. So, yeah, I would definitely say it was probably 10 to 20 minutes after I logged in, I think, possibly.
and I went. I did go live starting soon, just before you showed up, because I was starting to think, well, I better. It's getting late. I better get get to it. But
Yeah, because I was a little bit behind, and I can't believe that I actually was behind like that because I was like keeping time on it on stuff. And I like looked at my clock and I was like, oh, 10:30. I have enough time for 15 more minutes to rest. And then 45 minutes later, I woke up and I was like, oh crap, it's 20 after.
right,
I've got to like get up and get logged in and get stuff going if you were still here. And luckily, you were still here.
you ready for a haircut?
It is extremely likely. Yes,
All right,
I've got the Beethoven look going on. So.
Beethoven. Yes. Okay, okay, you're right in front of me. Smack. Poke an eye out.
Let's see, which eye do I favor? Like, which could I accidentally lose if I had to? But I guesstimated the size is about right with that, where that's about 2 windows width, and that's about 2 windows width. Because I've been pre-planning the layout of my items as I produce them on that floor, so I know where I'm going to have stuff, so everything fits and looks awesome, or at least close to it. And hopefully, with that nice open feeling that I've got going on, hopefully I can maintain that without making it too claustrophobic feeling.
Right.
Because that's the unique thing. When I was younger, when I was much younger, I didn't have that fear as much as I started to over the years. And it's like,
I've only experienced claustrophobic like symptoms once or twice. I was working behind a couch and my dad got between me and the exit, and
ah,
it was like it's like all of a sudden the world was closing in and I had to get him out of there. And,
yeah, I can relate to that most definitely. But like when I was younger, I didn't have that fear as much as
hmm
I do now that I'm older, and I can't explain why. Because normally you grow out of that sort of thing when you're younger, but it's weird. I know my one brother had it like really badly,
hmm
and we could be on board a great big bus. We're talking a bus. It's a massive on wheels, essentially a bus, but one time we were on our way down to the boarding school that I went to down in Pittsburgh, and the bus
hmm
driver got off the bus to go to the restroom and get something because the bus itself didn't have a restroom at the time.
Okay.
It's like one of those old school
Yeah.
coach buses that didn't have restrooms like the more modern ones do.
Sure.
And he like locked the door, and my brother just went completely batshit after that. I was like, just calm down, you're safe. It's
hmm
not like anything's gonna bad. He didn't listen to anyone even trying to help him calm down.
Right.
And he was like beating the door, kicking the door, punching the door, doing anything he could to try and get through that door. I was like, wow, that actually scared me a little bit.
hmm
But
It
it's like
sounds a
back then,
little.
I had
Yeah. How old
absolutely
were
no
you?
fear of that. But now it's like, yeah, I think I would still control myself because I know we're safe in that sort of situation. And then there's
hmm
always emergency escape routes and the emergency windows and doors and things like that that open up with the simple pressing of a lever or pulling a lever and whatnot. But I guess back then he just didn't realize that or something.
Yeah, something. Well, it's an irrational fear, and it's not something you can really control. If it's
Fortunately,
real claustrophobia, yeah.
yeah. He was terrified of elevators. That much I do know. I've never been really too scared of elevators, but it's always in the back of my head knowing his fear about them.
Only kind of elevator that bugs me is the glass ones.
Yeah, that would be. It's kind of cool to experience that sort of thing, but if it's like a full solid glass one with even the
Yeah.
floor being glass,
Yep.
that's. Yeah.
L-
I
it-
myself would probably not ride one of those just
I've done
because.
it. It's a little nerve wracking, and you end up standing next to the wall.
Yeah, I think I probably would too. I want to stand next to something that feels solid for sure.
Right.
Like holding the railing that's inside the elevator, which I've always noticed that a lot of different elevators will have that railing in them that you can like hold on to while you're
hmm
riding. And then others don't, and it's kind of like the ones that don't have those. I'm like, okay, well, why do the other ones that do have them?
Yeah. What's the diff? What
Yeah, what's the
gives?
difference between this elevator and that elevator? What makes the design different? The way that rainstorm came in, it was still blue sky and everything, and
It's like a sudden squall out of nowhere.
yeah, that almost seems like a tornado forming down that way,
Oh yeah.
just by the way the clouds were for a second. Oh, and that's you. I didn't
Yep.
know that you worked all the way over there for whatever it is that you were doing.
Just a purple drop.
Ah, okay.
Just some more junk that we can either grind up or use.
Which is always good,
hmm
having extra stuff. do stuff like that with. And I'm already like ahead of myself in desiring to have a chem bench.
Don't forget to put your hat back on.
Oh yeah, I should do that in case I get hit by one of those birds.
Or something, yeah.
I'll have a little bit of protection on. And it's so different on this particular map where you like can walk along a grassy area and you end up picking up wood.
Yeah, that is weird. Wood and thatch.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to not have to beat a tree with your fists at the start of the game.
Yeah, yeah. Unlike on the island, you do have to do that the very first time. You do have to do kind of like Minecraft, where you actually physically punch the tree until you kill it in order to get enough wood
For the basic stuff.
Yep.
I remember when we first started, I didn't know how to get fiber.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I don't. We were running around naked because
the game doesn't explain it and stuff like that. And it's just like walking through the grass, picking up the berries or whatnot, you end up with the fiber.
No clue whatsoever.
Yeah.
We're running around naked trying to figure out what's going on, and then I don't even remember who figured it out or what happened.
One of us did at some point where it's just like came as knowledge, and then as we learned things and we're going through Ingrams, we learned about the sickle, and then the sickle became our best friend. We suddenly need a buttload of fiber again. Let's take the sickle out for a run.
Right. No more berries needed. You don't have to grab berries every time you want to get fiber.
Which is the problem that I've been having with my thing is every time I'd have to go out with either the moss chops or by hand and collect end up with extra berries that I don't need. Just because I needed fiber. So that's one of the things I still need to actually make myself is the sickle, but I just taught myself the Ingram for that earlier.
Oh, okay. So pretty soon you'll be using the sickle.
Yep.
Yep, and as per usual, your dino took a dump as soon as you got out of the
I believe it. I'm not seeing it, but you
I picked it up. I'm giving it to Stinky.
And one level up for this guy. 4207. Carry weight, getting that close to that.
Yukihara? Or what is it?
Yukiharu.
Yukiharu.
Which pretty much translates to being a dragon.
Oh, yeah. What am I doing? I'm putting the oil away. What I'm doing? Just one last check on the wyverns. Your wyvern's at about 500 food, and mine's at about 600 food. So I think that's just the difference in something. I don't know.
And the good thing is they grow since they're already doing quite well. Since they're higher level, it increases the amount of food over time as they mature,
Right.
and it makes it so that you don't have to worry about it as much. But we both will have to worry about logging in at the appropriate time or close to the appropriate time for getting the
Imprinting, yeah. I'm gonna
printing off.
log in around 7:30 probably when I get up in the morning. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
I have to work, so the game has to come second.
Indeed. That's definitely understandable on that. Because the game right now, though it's a great game, it's not putting money into the bank and food on
That's
the
right.
table.
That's absolutely correct. Come on, Mark, let's go get that gold drop.
Okay, that took care of. Yeah, I think that was Spark. Then there's. Yeah, need to check that. And then the other Manabagar. Okay, the other. Not Manabagar, the other Wyvern. Then I need to pull out Daisy, see if Daisy's ready to mate with Lex here. See if we can get another egg for that grouping. 2 level ups.
Says the creature.
The creature.
That makes the noise. At your local cinemas, just $5 admission. And just $20 or whatever. It's ridiculous admission to movies nowadays. And then the candies, the popcorn's super expensive, and drinks are super expensive. Movies are expensive.
We will have an egg in a few minutes from Daisy. 5 level ups.
Oh, you're hatching another egg? Or popping out another egg?
One, two, three, four, four. 12,344. But I think that's hilarious. 1, 2, 3.
It says
four.
remove rider to mate.
Oops. I accidentally interfered by accidentally getting on board.
Alright, I gotta go.
All right. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks for looking after the offspring.
Yes, the younglings.
The younglings, yes. I'll see you tomorrow night, probably, Source.
All right.
Alright, Twitch. And YouTube and whatnot. It's been fun. But it's time for it to come to an end. So until next time, have a good night. Bye.